So here's a couple of things. I'm removing just all the pieces of tape, and so far they're excellent. And the window here, the clarity of the window makes me sad because there's no figure for it, and I really wish that they did have a figure. And something kind of cartoony like uh, Greg at stevethefish.net. He did these. I think they're called Gashapon figures. Um, There's these cool little figures that he was working on, and something like that. You know, you want something kind of caricature like that to fit in the plane here. Look at that, nice and clear. Inside is all this light green. Perfect. Super happy about that. Just take a little Novus, clean that up in there, and you're good to go. I just painted the future on here. This has been dry for probably 5 minutes, but I can do this really quick. Just to see. Yeah. Sweet. I can see all the dials on the instruments in there. So it just makes me sad, it's just a opportunity wasted. But something else that was just kind of cool. I look up and I hear this fly like buzzing like crazy. I'm like, what the heck is that? And look up, and I can see this fly like crawling up my shelf unit here. And I go up to it, and there's a spider, and it's got the fly's head, and it's slowly pulling it up. And I'm just like, that's really cool. And normally I don't kill spiders because Canada, they're like that big to that big, and they're not toxic or anything like that. Or poisonous. I mean, they bite you, it itches for a while. It's like a severe mosquito bite, kinda. But when they're in the house, it was always my mother's rule. When they're outside, leave them alone. But when they're in the house, that's human territory. You squish them, and I follow that rule because in the summertime, they will find me and they always bite me in my sleep. They always get my feet, and it drives me crazy. Anyways, so one of the other things I've been having to do with this model here is I've been having to refer to the Tamiya kit here for the paint guide, and one of them is the exhaust colors, and I'm not exactly happy with the color choice that Tamiya recommends. Hold on, let me just pull it out here because I can find it really quick. There we go. So for the exhaust, here it's a 5-to-1 mix of XF56, which is, I do have it, and I just used it. That's the worst part. I can't find it. Hold on. That's the one I want. There we go. So here is 56, which is metallic gray and 1 part red, gloss red, X7. So that's what they recommend, and I've seen this mix for several other aircraft, but Tamiya went ahead and made this dark iron paint. This is XF84. It's one of their newer paints. This came out a couple years ago. This is one of my all-time favorite new paint colors. This and the rubber black that I bought. They're beautiful, beautiful looking colors. Yeah, here's the black rubber. It's XF85. I'm going to use that on the wheels later. But yeah, this dark iron, it's kind of a brown gray, and the cool thing is they added in these little bits of silver flecks in there to give it a metallic look. I'm not sure that is exactly the color I want on these, because the ones that I've seen, they're more of a brown color. So I'm going to go and look that up and get that color down right, but most cases with me it's probably this dark iron, or very close to this dark iron color. But I'd kind of like it brown to have just a bit of a different contrast. Who knows? But this is going to be, I was going to build this one actually, but then I decided on the Hasegawa kit, which in a way I'm actually happier about because this Hasegawa kit's just fun. Yeah, in about an hour or two I'll put on a second coat of Future, and good to go. I'm starting decaling now. I added my 2 coats of Future. They look pretty nice and shiny. The decals, based on what I did with the control panel, they're pretty good, but they need to sit a long time in the water before they lift. Like they constantly need water. It's not one of these you can just dunk them for 10 seconds and then pull them out again. They really got to stay in there forever, it seems. But they do come out. The only problem with the decals that I have are these ones here, and the other one's sitting in the water right now. And they're it's a yellow and white band that goes on the fuselage, and you're supposed to match it up with the curve. Hopefully it fits, based on the one that I made. And the only other problem is this, the band on the ID here, they curve down. And according to the instructions, they're supposed to be straight. So I'm just going to take my ruler and just cut those off, make them straighter, because they don't curve down in general. So I'm going to use Tamiya Mark Fit, because it's what I used for the control panel, and that works really well. And as you guys may know, I work back to front on the fuselage first. Sorry, hard to get this in the shot and do this all at once here. Put that down. So that one will fit there, I believe. Yeah, okay. They don't go in the tail. So I'm just going to keep slowly decaling up this model. It's going to take me a while to do it because there's quite a few parts to this one. I have to put these white bands on the wings on the top and bottom, and then you have to put the ID band. It's going to take me a while to do it all, but like I said, I like to work from the tail to the nose, and after they've dried, then you do the wings, because then you have something to hold on to, and might even be something to do is decal all this, put Future on it, and then do the wings, because then these are protected and you can handle the model again. But yeah, this is gonna be a tricky process. I'm not looking forward to these bands here to put on the sides of the fuselage, but I'll have a go at them. Hopefully they'll fit properly and end up looking good in the end. Fingers crossed. So I've been able to get quite a bit done. I'm just doing the fuselage alone. The bands on the fuselage do not fit. Like they slung down about this far. So all I did is I pressed them down, and I took my new X-Acto blade, sharp one here, and I could see, because these are transparent slightly, I could see where the line was between the green and the gray, and I just trimmed it. And it was a bit tricky to do, but not that bad. And you can see here the wing is fogged up here. That's from the solvent. I had it in the wrong spot, and I simply pushed it over. This is probably going to go away when it dries on its own. It's going to probably take just a bit of the air to dry it out. If not, usually coating it with Future clears it up right away, and if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna put coat of Future on top and just re-spray paint that little bit of the wing there. Not even gonna, that's gonna be just a quick little fix there. The yellow lines, I cut them straight. They had that little bit of a teardrop there, which they don't have. Other aircraft do, like the Hayabusa. They conform a little bit more into the aircraft, but the Zeros are nice and straight lines. And these are for the other version. They go right here in the wing root corner. But they tell you not to put it on this plane, but I'm gonna put it on because they all had it. So I don't know. It's more of just a preference for me, really. And then there's the little box here with all the ID that they always had. I won't be able to put that one on there without interfering with the other decals, unfortunately, but it's okay because I'm going to save those for another. I'm going to keep those as just a nice spare decal to have. So like I said, I did the wing bands here and they look pretty good. I did trim the bottom side to remove all the oh shoot, I just forgot the name of it. I'm gonna remember as soon as I turn off the camera. Film, that's what it is, decal film. I wanted those to fit much more precise, so I don't have that little bit dangling on there. And so all I need to do now is like this, is just line them up. And then when I'm done, I just take my paintbrush and clean that up a bit with some white paint. It'll look good. Need some more water here. These decals are very sticky. Like any bit of decal solvent on them, and they're like, okay. You're like, oh crap, I can't move them now. Whoop. Had it lined up there. You wrecked it. You wrecked it. Everything was perfect. Huh? I don't know why. Every time I talk, I'm talking to Ma, and you move. You move. And you just wrecked it. Okay, so there, that fits. My goodness. We're having a windstorm right now. It's about 120 km/h wind right now, which is unusual to say, normal around here. I know there's lots of places in the world where that's considered to be hurricane wind, but down here, southern Alberta, that's part of the territory. People kind of build houses around it and design things differently here, so that you're always prepared for that type of thing. So these people make these, some of the people here, they'll put up these kind of wind barriers, and they're these huge fabric barriers, and they only last about a year, and they cost like a fortune to put in. And I always laugh whenever I see them, because it's like, guys, that thing's not going to work. Oh, I need to drop these in now. Come on. There's the yellow bands. Okay. But, yeah, just slowly and surely getting this all done here. It's not taking me too long. I'm not really rushing it anyways. So yeah, see, now these line up, and all I have to do is just take some white and just paint there on the edge, and you're not going to see it, which is going to be nice. Again, getting these to fit over, what my intention was for the white was to push them forward a little bit, because the canopy is going to go like right on top of them, like that, so you can't even see kind of where they begin. The other thing that was a bit of a problem is because the surface is so round, the decals don't conform properly, you know. Most of the decals, you know, want a surface like this on the wings where it's relatively flat, but on here it's a bit more, you know, it's very, very round. So what, like, I had to do on the Hinomarus here is I put the white decal down and I just cut a strip from about the middle all the way over, and that way it overlapped on itself. And I did the same thing with the red, and it turned out pretty well. And there's a couple places I can see, like right here, and all I'm gonna do is just, you know, this little bubble, I'm just gonna cut it, put some solvent on it, and press down on it a little bit, and so these folds are just gonna go like that onto themselves, and I'm gonna get the nice looking decals that I want. It's a work, you know, it's a lot more work than you want to put in, but you want to have the nicest looking decals as you can. And I know a lot of people don't like decals. I love them. I don't know why. I think they're fun. But that's just kind of one of the things you gotta do with it. So, like I said, I'm gonna go finish it. There's not much left to do. You know, like, I don't have to add these on, but I'm going to, and then the Hinomarus on the tops and bottoms of the wings, and that's basically it. Then I'm going to give it a coat of Future, and when that coat's done, I'm probably going to give it a flat coat fairly soon after. So if I get this done, I'll probably give it a flat coat. Probably have to do it tomorrow to really let the decals. I'm going to give it the Future tonight. To to let the solvent out of the decals just evaporate, which is what you want. And again, it's a long process, but it's worth it in the long run, because then you can handle your model. You don't have to worry about rubbing off your decals. So one of the things I said is that some of the silvering would probably go away with future, and it did, as well as this cloudy area that was here from the decal solvent went away right as soon as I added on that next layer of future, and I can't see it at all. So I found out something interesting about these kits. Most of these have been around since the 80s, about the mid-80s, and they had quite a few of them. And my big complaint was that there wasn't a pilot figure in here. Well, as it turns out, it actually did come with a pilot figure back in the day. And he's a very funny looking character, and the canopy actually came in 3 pieces. So you'd have the canopy back to accommodate his head. His head was too big, and he came with a diorama base and this other little figure. I believe it was like the wind god or something like that. And that's actually what the little hole in the bottom is for, so you can have it flying, and then there's the base. And they had quite a few of these with like little weird funny bases. One, like the Focke-Wulf, is by far the most bizarre. The Focke-Wulf comes with a wolf pilot, and it's chasing Little Red Riding Hood. She's running away, and then there's a pig in a hollowed out tree, and he's got a bazooka pointing up at the airplane. It's really, really bizarre. Whoever came up with these planes, they took the joke a step further. The other thing is that's pretty cool. They also had an X-Wing, and it looks pretty cool. I doubt I'll ever find that one, or they'll ever re-release that one again. But it looks pretty awesome. And they have them across egg planes, and they look just darn cool. So so it does come with a pilot, but not anymore. Which is also funny because they say that on the side of the box here. Let me just read that real quick. It's just kind of funny how they have this worded here. It's on this side. Pilot and girls figure not included. So, darn, we're never gonna get the girl figures. I'm kidding. That's not on my agenda. So I'm gonna put the wheels together here, and I'm going to go right now, and I'm going to flat coat it. It's basically dry enough, so I can do all that stuff, and so close to being done. I need to paint the lining gear up. I'm leaving them off because like I said, I'm giving it a flat coat. There's a bunch of future on here. It's too thick. The wheels need to be painted semi-gloss black. They are semi-shiny. So that's why I'm leaving them off. Okay, let's see if it fits now. I see what the problem is. It's all in the wheel. Anyways, I'm going to go do all that stuff and work on this out. Very, very close to being done. But I just thought it was weird that it actually did, back in the day, come with a figure. As bizarre as it is. He's just a funny looking, weird character to have in the model. I wish they would have, hired someone to make some kind of replacement for him. Kind of like the P-51 has. But there the wheels are on. So it's pretty tall. But where did I put the propeller? Yeah, here. I'll just show you guys this real quick. So that'll fit on there. Looks pretty good. everybody, I've finished the Zero here, and I'm quite pleased with how it's turned out. This was a really fun little model to just build. It was basically a weekend build. I think I built it in about 2 days. Not really a lot wrong with it. You know, they're just really simple, really fun kits. The decals are really good. Like I said, they just took a little while to lift off of the sheet. And they conformed really well, and they're nice and snug, and quite happy about that. Um, and you know, it's just such a funny little kit to build. Um, I had one of my friends over yesterday, and he saw it, and everyone I've shown this plane to, they just love it. He actually took a picture of it for his wallpaper, which really surprised me. Because he loves the Zero, but I didn't think he'd like this plane that much. But simple little kit, simple little pieces. It'd be a great kit to get someone who's wanting to learn how to build models and stuff like that. Like if you had a kid in mind, because they're fairly simple builds. There's not really, there's not a lot of pieces to them, and they fit together pretty well. Especially like the landing gear was one of the nicest features. A lot of times with landing gear now, it's like you have to kind of bend them and hold them down until they dry straight. These ones, they're just going perfectly. They're there and you're done. And am I going to get any more of these things? You bet. Am I going to be building another one soon? Actually, yes, because I showed this to my sister, and she wants me to build her the P-40 that she bought, that I showed earlier. So you're going to see that one in a little while, I think, because she really wants that one. But yeah, really, really fun little model kit, and if you have a chance to get one of these, I highly recommend it. It's just something weird and fun to have sitting on your hobby shelf, and anyone who sees it, they instantly get a laugh out of it. So to me, that's totally worth it. So Hasegawa Egg series, definitely love them. Like I said, I'm definitely going to buy more. They're just really, really fun, really, really nice little models to build. And yeah, I just get such a kick out of these little kits. So that's about it for me. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If not, I've got other videos you can watch, and maybe you'll find something there. I don't know. Anyways, guys, this is Rose of Cloud9. If I haven't taught you anything, at least you've learned what not to do. I'll see you guys later.